Hey everyone, and thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Kate Hateva, and I'm a founder of Career Pathway Institute. We are a non-profit organization that helps internationals to move forward with their career in the US. And I want to give a shout out to my team who is behind the scene. Dima, Lana, Anna, Sveta, Jenny, Olga, Julia, and the rest of the team. Hi. And every Tuesday, we are here getting together on YouTube, doing live streams, inviting interesting guests, and talking on different, very important topics. And we are talking to the experts in their fields and explore how to accelerate careers in the US. So, this time, we are talking about how to boost your LinkedIn profile, tips for job seekers. And we invited Helen Glad. She's a top recruiter with extensive experience in hiring for startups and for large corporations. And when we was preparing for the stream, we decided to split this talk on 7 blocks. So the first one is know your employer. Second one, improve your LinkedIn page look. Then we're gonna review live profile. We're gonna review live profile reviews on LinkedIn for people who sent their LinkedIn profiles in advance. Then we're going to talk about how to grow your network with a strategy. Then we will move forward and we will share and we will talk about how to share your knowledge and expertise. Then we will switch to how to build relationship, how to engage with your network, and last but not least, how to seek endorsement and recommendations. So Helen also will share her story of an H-1B visa journey, being an SHR manager here in the US, and she will answer your questions later. And Helen, she's an HR director in an international product tech business, and also she owns her own recruiting company here in California. And she has more than 10 years of experience in people management, both in small businesses and in large corporations. So thank you so much, Helen, for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me tonight here. And thank you, Kate. Thank you, team. I'm very glad to be here.
And thank you, everyone, for joining us today, watching us live. And you are very welcome to ask your questions in the section close or below. I don't know how you see it. And also, if you're interested in joining our community, please take a look on the links below this description of this video. So without further ado, let's get started. So Helen, could you please introduce yourself once again, and could you please share your journey of H-1B visa holder being an HR manager?
Yeah, I'm Helen, and I'm the Chief HR Officer at Scorm Tech Company, as you previously said, and I'm a founder of Key People, a tech recruiting company. And in addition, I would like to say that in 2017, I started my LinkedIn blog, and it has helped me create a community, find clients, meet professional connections, and advance my career in HR management. So today I'm excited to share my experience with you. Just a quick heads up, I don't often present in English, and as an extroverted introvert, I'm feeling a little nervous right now, so I may peek at my notes from time to time, but I'm happy to be here with you. And let's start with the interest part, the most interesting part about H-1B visa. So I came to the United States, to San Francisco, on August of 2021, and I came here for a study for a business development program. And I fell in love with San Francisco from the first sight, and I decided that I need to stay here. And after some thinking and some investigating, how can I stay here for a longer period, I decided that I will have study as a proven way to extend my legal status here, and I planned to apply for an annual program at the university in the United States, and I started preparing for admission, and But then on some, I don't know, maybe in the end of the fall in 2021, I met a lawyer, a lecturer that came to our school with a lecture about what could H1B, F1 students do with their legal status. And I decided to have a coffee with him before making the final decision about going to the university. And then we went for a coffee, and I shared my story of work, of education, my education in my native country, and of my business. And then, like, a light bulb went off over the lawyer's head, and he suggested applying for H1B visa, work visa, as you all know. Yeah. And the competition for these visa takes place every March, and the employer, the company, submits the petitions and waits for a response for a couple of weeks. And every fourth participant wins the opportunity. Not wins the visa, the opportunity to apply. For the H1B visa, if their situation, like case, meets the requirements of the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Service, USCIS. And so I had such company that wanted to employ me, to hire me. This is KP Services US, and they became my employer in the US. We submitted the petition, and soon in early April, the lawyer wrote, "Congratulations, our application won." And it seemed like a happy ending, but to be honest, we had another 6 months of preparation, having a request for evidence, and making a lot of documents, searching for different kind of recommendations and prove that I'm an expert. But yeah, in October of 2022, I received my approved visa, and finally could start real work. So I've never been so happy to start work as it was in that November. I started in November of 2022 here.
Wow, congratulations. And there's not that many stories when I hear that people get an H1B visa, not from tech. So you're one of the few examples that it's possible, actually. So
yeah, it's really possible, and I always recommend people to connect with a lawyer and to pay for this consultation to understand what options do they have, because some things can be not that obvious for a non-professional person, and you can spend like a lot more paying for your study and for your rent than you will pay for your lawyer, for example, and for some kind of a case. There are a lot of different options, all-one visa and so on. And
wow.
So
Thank
just
you so
investigate
much.
it.
Thank you for sharing this story. And it's really impressive. And as far as I understood, having your own company, having a blog, having an online presence on LinkedIn, everything helped you to achieve this goal, like to receive your visa, to be approved, to show that you're like a valid candidate and that you are deserve to be here and work here in the US.
And that's one of the first time when I was glad for my diploma from my Belarusian university, because it was also very, very important. And because I have a diploma in human resources, and it matches my profession, and it helped a lot.
Wow, thank you. So let's switch to the main topic of our conversation today. Let's talk about LinkedIn profile. So I have a question from the audience. They already asked me like in advance, knowing that we're going to do this live stream. So what are the most important sections on LinkedIn profile, on LinkedIn page? So what would you say?
Yeah, I would like to start from the beginning, like our journey for work, for employment, or for looking for clients, or looking for, I don't know, clients for consulting, starts from us as a product or as a service, and we're looking for our market. Yeah, we're looking for our client, let's say. So our employer is our client, and as all sales process starts, we start with investigating the client, yeah, who the final user. And so it's very important to understand who is your final user, and it will affect what should you highlight on your LinkedIn profile. So it's we will talk about it a bit further, but I would like to highlight this because you always need to understand and take and to have this thought in your mind: who are going to attract on your page, who are you looking for to visit it, to in what search do you want to, like, to appeal in front of a recruiter, or I don't know, any other person, because people not only use LinkedIn for job search, but also for looking for clients, partners, and so on and so on.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's very interesting. So the first rule is know your employer.
Yeah, that's very important, that you really need to know your employer. You need to investigate your employer. You need to find out which companies are more interesting for you, and what companies and what specific vacancies are more relevant to your experience, and you want to have this vacancy, you want to have this job, and to investigate this vacancy descriptions and so on. So it's very important from the very start to learn your target audience, let's say so. And only after that, you will create your perfect LinkedIn profile. And it's very important to check what skills these employers write in their vacancies. So what skills, and just to copy them to your notes, because you will use them after that to fulfill your LinkedIn page. Because it's very important to make your page easy to find when some recruiter, for example, searching for you on LinkedIn. And when you also LinkedIn has their algorithm of connecting people and vacancies, and as much skills. So you need to have as much relevant skills as you can to match the perfect vacancy. Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. We're gonna talk about skills later, right?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about them later, but you understand that these skills, they differ from vacancy to vacancy, from company from industry to industry. So you need to be specific and understand which industry, which vacancy are you targeting for. Yeah, and to prepare this information. And also, I think that one of the best strategies is to find profiles of people that currently work on these positions of your dream, and to make a copycat strategy.
Be inspired by their success.
Yeah. I also say, like, inspired. Yes, for sure you want to use exactly the same information, but it's you need to be inspired from profiles of people that work in the company you want to work in, and in the location that are interesting for you. It's also important because sometimes it depends on the location, and yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's very interesting. So I have a question. Again,
Yeah.
like, we got a lot of questions in advance when we announced this stream. And one of my friends, she actually is actively looking for a job, for her first job here in the US. And she's questioning herself. should I create like a very like generic or like general profile aiming to different industries, or should it be very, very specific? Like for basically, should I create a profile for generalist or for a specialist?
That's a nice question. I think it depends on the level of your seniority, to be honest. Because if you're a junior specialist, maybe it will be a bit better for you to have a more generic, general profile, because it gives you more options, and it's kind of hard to be a specific expert while you're junior. Even if you're like 50 years old and you start in something new, for example, you're rebuilding your career. But if you're senior, the more senior your level is, the more specific it should be, because it's pretty obvious why. Because industries are so wide. Even tech field is so huge right now, and you have totally different companies that are working in tech healthcare and in tech gaming industry, and totally different experts, and so their expertise can be very different. And I don't know, the marketer in mobile app industry will be totally different from the marketer in a web industry, for example.
Got it.
And it's also pretty vague. Like web is also huge and mobile app is also huge. I'm just trying to say that it depends on your level, and it depends on your aim also. If you're targeting on a specific field, yes, I think that you need to make a more specific profile. If you're targeting on getting a first job and to get a new experience as fast as possible, so maybe you should widen your audience and your target audience a bit and make it more generic.
Got it. Okay, so I remember that we discussed how the LinkedIn profile should look like and how to make it more appealing, how to attract people.
So let's talk about how to improve your LinkedIn page. And I suggested before the stream to share the screen of Kate to show it like a great example of an appealing LinkedIn profile. And let's start sharing if it's possible.
Sure.
So
I just need to mention that I was working on my profile for years, so I didn't create it overnight. I put a couple of years.
Yeah, and that's also great that you have this interesting experience, and that's great how you described your experience on your profile. So let's start. What do we see? What do we see first? For sure, we see Kate's picture. She's smiling, she's happy, and she's very friendly on the picture. But it's friendly, but pretty formal, as professional. We can say that Kate is professional because of her jacket, and I think that the profile picture is one of the toppest important things that you should look on your LinkedIn profile. And LinkedIn had a study, and they have several recommendations how your profile picture should look like. It should be with a smooth light. You should wear professional, like not professional, but let's say you should wear that clothes that you will wear for your work. So if you're a fitness trainer, it's okay to wear a fitness I don't know, t-shirt. But if you're a lawyer, it's better to wear a suit, I don't know, like a shirt or so on. It's very important to smile, and a big smile with showing teeth is even more attractive for people and more likable than just a smile without teeth. It's ridiculous, but that's true, and this is a data study of LinkedIn. Also, it's very important to have a neutral background without any, I don't know, bright stuff, and to be alone at this picture, not with your, I don't know, cat, kid, or other person. Yeah, I think that's the main ideas of pictures, and that's also fun that in the US you shouldn't paste your picture in your work CV, but you should put a picture on your LinkedIn account. And uh, I would say that usually recruiter checks your LinkedIn account because it's like checking they then will check not only your LinkedIn account, maybe they check your Facebook account, so on. So what will they find? They will check. So perfect profile background picture, the Stanford pictures, I understand. And Kate related to Stanford a lot. She spent a lot of time there, and yeah, it's proven through this information here. So everything very consistent and related. Here we can find an information about her professional position and who is she, what does she do. There are several hashtags that people could Google and find her with these hashtags, and LinkedIn will promote her profile in their search on these hashtags. There are information about her location. It's also very important because usually recruiters put the settings in search where do they want to find candidate. And yeah, let's go further. Maybe there are some questions, Kate, maybe because I can't see you right now while I'm scrolling the page. Okay,
not
so
yet.
great. Yeah, and let's move further. Featured. That's great that Kate has so many posts and I don't know, not only posts but also events that she put on her LinkedIn account that describes that she is quite active, that she's like a social person and quite open and friendly, and so that's increase the chances that she has great soft skills for recruiter or for any other person.
Wow, I didn't know
communication skill. Yeah, just like this.
But it makes sense.
Yeah, just when you have your profile fulfilled, it makes your personality more transparent for everyone. And sometimes you don't need it, but usually it increases your chances to be likable by people because they will find something that can be similar with you and so on. So transparency brings this promotion effect. I don't know.
Oh, that's a great
activity.
Point.
Yeah, activity, and it's also important what kind of activity you have. Yeah, you can post like weird memes from I don't know, from some from for weird topics, and it's not gonna be that obviously good for you. But if you're talking on a professional topics and you have this repost, likes, comments, people can investigate it. Like I can investigate what activity Kate has, and to understand a bit what's her typical day looks like, what activity does she have, and so on. So what is more interesting for her? What does Kate want to show me? I would say so. And yeah, here we can find an info about Kate. There is information about her nonprofit executive, and I won't read all, but yeah, and there are a lot of specialties that she has, so it's great. I would say that maybe I would shorten it a bit because I like more tweet similar about texts, like 2-3 sentences. But I know that there are a lot of people that have a great text about them. But to be honest, as a recruiter, I never read them because, and my recruiters also never read them because it's too long. You don't have this amount of time. So I think that it's better to have to put your aim, to put your main characteristic or experience, maybe experience, because describing your soft skills can look a bit fluffy. And I mean, everyone like to say that they're goal oriented, positive, and friendly, I don't know, good communicators. It's just don't bring any information. Yeah. And now we count time very much, so I recommend to shorten it to 2 or 3 sentences. And believe me, it's very hard to write this small but consistent and interesting text. Tweet alike. Let's move further. Experience. Everything is great in this experience part. We see that you have a long story. Your experience is also consistent. I don't like to repeat words, but it's important if you want to find a job, for example, in a community management or in a marketing, and for some reason you had an internship in some other field. I don't know. Maybe you helped to build some building, or you were a constructor worker. Unfortunately, this experience won't help you at all. So it's better not to put it in your LinkedIn profile. And you shouldn't tell the recruiter all about your story. If you want to develop your career in some specific field, it's better to put very specific jobs, very specific experience here, and not to put all your history from, I don't know, from the first job when you had a part-time job while you were studying in Starbucks. I don't know, because it's just information that won't help you. Is it okay? Is it understandable? Great.
Of course.
What should I add, for example, to this field is that maybe it will be great to put some results that you had there, not to describe what did you do, but for example, said that I increased the engagement rate of our department on 30%. Yeah, and that's interesting to read. So numbers and facts are really interesting to read, and processes and policies isn't that interesting to read, and they didn't catch the attention a lot. And if you didn't remember these results, or you don't have them, just don't post anything. Maybe it will be great. So, but to have skills like this is very great because they also, like hashtags, they help recruiters to find you. Whew. Yeah, everything looks great. Yeah. But I don't want to open it.
However, I think we can stop here.
Okay, so yeah, it's not a criminal stuff, but I just don't think that it's necessary that you have to put all. Yeah. And here is the education part, and it's great. I think that Stanford University Continuous Studies gives plus 50 points to to Kate from Gryffindor for when recruiter will search for her. Volunteering is also great, and it's one of the one of the differences from a place where I came from the Eastern Europe and here, because in Eastern Europe it's not that popular to volunteer somewhere, and here in the United States it's very popular and it's highly appreciated by employers and community. It describes you as a smart, friendly, and the person that can give before take. And it's very important here in this culture to make great networking. It's one of the best things that you can do. So Kate's profile, like the best here. I like it a lot. I can't share the same volunteering story as you, so it's impressive.
Thank you so much. And I remember when I just arrived to the US, my English teacher, he told us volunteering here in the US, it's a big deal. So back at the time, I didn't understood what does it mean, but now I know that it helps you in so many different ways. And I know that even though when you're looking for the first job, you can put your volunteering experience in your experience section, and it also will help you to find like a first job in the US if you are volunteering somewhere.
Yeah, that's definitely true. That while you were volunteering, and for example, you take some part in a non-profit organization, it's definitely an experience, and it's your work experience. Yeah. It doesn't matter is it commercial or non-commercial organization, you still increase and improve your skills of management, of communication, and like it's also a continuous study, and that's I think that it's similar to work. Yeah. So volunteering, license certifications also great if you have them. Let's move a bit further. Skills. Here you should put everything that you have. Oh, let's return to license a bit because I skipped them. So if you have some let's fresh courses on hot topics like AI or your professional field, for example. I don't know, if you're a tech worker, like Amazon Web Services training or so, you should put it here, yeah, because it's also will help you somehow to be more attractive for recruiters or for potential clients also. Skills, you need them, as I said, to be more easy to find for recruiters and to be connected with vacancies that are posted on LinkedIn. And and it's very important to have them endorsed, but we will talk about that a bit later.
Okay.
And recommendations, they are also important, especially here in the United States, to have recommendations, and especially it would be great to have recommendations from people from local community where are you looking to find a job, or not at least, but it's also important to have some recommendations from people from industry where you're going to work. And it's your aim to have to find these recommendations and to put them in your profile, and also you can receive them and to give them, yeah. And sometimes it's easier to receive a recommendation after you give this recommendation first.
I need to work on this section because I'm giving more than I'm receiving. Oops.
Yeah, but I think that you also have three is already nice. And The projects, languages, like everything's perfect. I think in this on your page, and it's a nice example for a person that are mm, works on a nonprofit organization and develop her network, and I think that it's perfectly created for your aim, yeah, right now.
Yep.
And yeah, we need to understand that if you're going to sell, for example, if you're gonna, I don't want to use this word sell yourself, but sell your services, let's say, so your professional services. As a salesperson, your page may be a little bit different, but it's great to check the best profiles on LinkedIn and to be inspired from them in your specific industry, in your specific field and profession. But I also can say that some of greatest experts that I know, they have the worst LinkedIn I've ever seen, or maybe sometimes it doesn't exist. But we need to understand that they already have their great career, and usually they change their work with some kind of a referral, yeah.
Yeah.
And we don't have this luxury of referral nowadays, and so we should use other options, and LinkedIn is a perfect option to increase transparency and increase your chances. Whew. So
Wow.
let's move on to the next section.
Yeah, let's move to other profiles. Maybe we can review other
Yeah,
profiles. Do we have
I'm
time?
sure that I hope so. I hope so. And let's start with Catherine. I won't repeat everything again because I think that we talked with Kate about her profile a lot, and I think that everyone recognize what problems do they have with their profile. But as you can see, we can see any picture of Catherine right now because we're in a third connection. So it's like a very far away connection. So we don't have anyone in common, common friends. And I didn't connect with Catherine on a purpose because I wanted to show that Catherine, you have the specific settings, setting that like privacy settings that you don't want to show your picture anyone except your friends, I guess. And it isn't the best strategy here on LinkedIn. So if you're looking for work or if you want to attract someone to your profile, it's better to have a picture here and to open it to different kind of contacts, even third contact.
That's a great comment.
I hope it will be helpful, and it's also nice. But as I said previously, I prefer them to be short, like tweets, to read very fast and to understand what does Catherine do. Maybe here is also a bit vague. This first like had sentences had words, and it would be great to write what do you do, what kind of social enterprise is it, and what's your role in this social enterprise. Everything is pretty nice here. I would like to recommend to put more results here, not only what did you do as a process, but as a result, to stand out somehow from other people on LinkedIn, other candidates. Everything's great here. I think that you should work a bit on your endorsements, and everything is quite nice. And for sure, we need to, if you want to promote your profile, you should increase your activity here, because there is no lately. Catherine didn't post anything lately, and it doesn't. It won't help you to go higher in a LinkedIn search.
So if I understand you correctly, so you need to spend some time on LinkedIn daily, like for a couple of minutes, for example, 10, 15 minutes, just to be active on the platform. So the platform will show you in, I don't know, in search or recommend you somewhere.
Yeah, that's it. So your activity and your likes, your reposts, your comments, and your own posts and articles. This is activity, not just scrolling the news field. So you need to engage somehow with LinkedIn, and they will reward you with this with the increasing of your social selling index. We will talk about it a bit later.
Okay.
Yeah. Everything is on the algorithm right now. So thank you, Catherine, for sharing your LinkedIn profile. I hope that I didn't sound rude, maybe, I'm afraid, but I think that your profile is great. Just need to improve it a bit. So, hey, Donna, I also didn't connect because I wanted to show the same problem, so I didn't see anything while I was checking your profile before. So you don't have any picture and any background here. So no activity, and unfortunately, I say that it's quite vague and non-transparent for me. What did you do actually? We don't have skill set that will help me to understand, because it's very important to understand that in different industry, in different country, different positions can mean different things. And you need to show everything that you did previously.
I have a request from the audience. Could you please zoom a little bit?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Okay.
Now it's too much.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Oh, that's perfect. Thanks.
Yeah, so nice companies, nice positions, and we just need to understand what was your role exactly about. Skills with endorsements, pretty nice, and I think that we have some. So if you have some experience of volunteering or non-profit organization, it also will be great to put it here. Or if you have some continuous study or courses here, it also will be great to put it here. To look more local, let's say so.
To be more like up to date. And I know that Aidana is volunteering at Stanford, so why would you put this in your experience section that you actually volunteering at Bechtel International Center? I think it will boost your profile and make it more
I don't know about it, and I don't see it. For example, as an external recruiter. So let's move on. Okay. Then we have a Catholic profile, and I checked.
Also zoom a little bit.
Yep. Oh. Sorry. So I would say that it's very nice that you have a profile picture that can be seen even for the second contact. I would recommend you to make it more LinkedIn-ish, so maybe with a smile, with some less formal background, and with a nice smooth light. And also it's important to have a high definition picture, so with a lot of pixels on it, to have a high quality of a picture. I think that This profile is quite poor for information, let's say so, yeah, and it will be great if you put a bit more information of what do you do, and put some skills here, because there aren't much of them. I see that this is a tech tech specialist, and I know that there are a lot of tools that you can put here as a skill, but also you can put there some soft skills to be find to be easily searched by recruiters. It's very important to put the skills here in your actual work experience, like you did as a senior associate, for example. It's only machine learning. Did you only work with machine learning? I don't believe it. I think that there are at least like 10 skills that you used while working. Yeah, so I recommend to fulfill your profile, and as I said previously, to have some activity. Yeah. Let's move further. So Marty has a beautiful picture here, and
Let's zoom her a little bit too.
Yeah, thank you.
Perfect.
Yeah, great. We have all the information, have the university, the current location, information about her experience here. It's also interesting, and I like that it presented with a like small. I begin to forget words. So it's that, but we have several rows. It's easier to read than the a big piece of text, and that's also great that you have this featured posts and podcasts and I don't know, articles. That's great. That as I said, to show you shows you as a experienced and open and friendly person with a cool communication skills. You have some activity. Everything is perfect here, and education, license, volunteering skills. So like Kate's profile, it looks almost perfect to me. Yeah. So I think that we came to an end of this topic. I hope so, because it took quite a long period.
Wow, but we reviewed 4 profiles. Wow.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
it's gonna be helpful.
Thank you so much for reviewing those profiles, and mine too. Very grateful. And I have several questions. Meanwhile, we was discussing our LinkedIn profiles. I have questions from the audience. For example, how important it is to post to your profile like a social network? Share some professional updates.
Yeah, that's very important. Depend on what you are. What is your goal? If you have some goal to promote your profile, if you're looking for work, that's great. If you don't look for work, you can just use Instagram and spend more time there. But I think that it's very important to. Maybe we could even like smoothly move to another topic, and I will explain why. So it's the next topic is going to grow your network, and then to share your knowledge and expertise, and we will talk about it. Yeah, so grow your network with a strategy. It's very important to understand who is your employer, and who is your target audience. So if you're looking for work, you need to add specific people from specific companies firstly. Yeah, you should extend your work not with your network, not with everyone, but with recruiters or specialists or leaders from the company that you're going to that you're willing to go to, or some industry experts. So connect to them first and try to investigate and make some strategy. Who are your target? Who's your target audience? And if you're looking for work, for sure you have to add recruiters, HR managers, talent acquisition managers, and all the different all different names of recruiters. You should add them, and sometimes it can be very helpful to add, for example, great experts and specialists in your field, in the location that you're going to, we're looking for work, because sometimes you can't reach the recruiter. They're very busy. They have a lot of requests and messages from other candidates, but maybe you can write to an expert, to a specialist, or to lead, like to staff, or to manager, and to ask them to look through your profile and to maybe ask them for some kind of a promotion for their vacancy. Sometimes it works. Or for example, you can start some conversation and then to find this person as your mentor. So it's very important to build relationships with people that will bring you to your aim, to your final goal. Let's move further, I guess, because and the topic that Sveta shared, asked about your knowledge and expertise. That's important to have some kind of activity. And if you don't have any interesting story to tell about, it's not that bad, to be honest. If you're actively commenting on other stories or post, like adding some likes, it's also okay. But if you want to make your personal brand as a professional, you need to post and to share, because people want you to be transparent. You want to understand why are you a professional, why you're like, how do you differ from other people, and this is a proof of your experience, let's say so. And I wanted also to share with you a social selling index that LinkedIn has in their algorithm. Can we stream and show our
screen
again? Yeah, thank you. So social selling index, this is a tool in Sales Navigator, and you can find any information about your profile. Where is it on a LinkedIn locator? And this is my social selling index. It's 72. Is quite high. And so my industry rank is 1%. So my LinkedIn account is one of, like, it's oh my god, it's 1% of the industry has the same active and the same promotive account as mine. Wow. And it's not that small percent, not the small amount of people, because our industry is quite big, and we're talking about technology, information, and internet industry. And and my network social selling index rank is also 1%. I have a network of almost 30,000 people in my LinkedIn, and
that's insane.
Yeah, but if you add people every day,
Well, but you're a recruiter, of course.
yeah, I started as a recruiter. Now I'm not. I don't recruit myself, but I study my colleagues. But you don't need to be a recruiter if you just can add people from your network. But I don't think that if you don't want to be a LinkedIn influencer, you don't have to have 30,000. But I think that 5,000 is a nice amount of people for you, for recruiter to think that you have a quite active account, that you're make it like you're working on it.
Got it.
So yeah, and it's very important. LinkedIn aren't like other networks where you should add only your real friends and or friends of friends. So you can add everyone that you're potentially interested in or even know, because someone can find you through someone you don't actually know. And so returning to our topic, if you want to increase your professional index, social selling index, that means that when someone will try to find someone in a search of LinkedIn, your profile will be higher if your index is higher, like a promotion on Google, yeah, and your profile will be higher than others. And so if you want to establish your professional brand to become higher, you need to complete your profile and become a thought leader by publishing meaningful posts. So that's the answer. LinkedIn wants you to share some thoughts, and they want these thoughts to be engaging and people to like them and to recommend them. And also you need to find the right people. That means that people that you're adding, that you're sending requests, accept your requests. And I have some problem with it because I extend my network quite rapidly, and I extended I extend the audience of my groups that I admin, and some of them aren't accepted by people, and I'm not it doesn't bother me, but for you just to understand how does it work. So if you follow someone, if you connect to someone and they don't accept your invitation or they refuse to accept it, it's a bit a sign that this person so it will decrease this index a bit, but it's not the yeah. Engage with your insights. So this is the idea that LinkedIn now promote a lot of different features to improve their content, because they had some problems with the quality of content in their field, and they created a lot of different news articles, and they will show them here in notifications. They want you to engage with them, for example, like this LinkedIn news. And if you command them, if you're making a repost with some comments, LinkedIn will appreciate it a lot and will give you some points. And build relationships. Build relationships is strengthen your network by finding and establishing trust with decision makers. This, I guess, I don't have a clear understanding, but I have an idea that this means that you have a lot of communications through your messenger in LinkedIn. So you add people, you write to them, and you have some kind of a feedback, you have some communication, and that's why I have this almost 100, because I communicate on LinkedIn a lot. Yeah. And that's about building your professional brand and about communication on LinkedIn.
Yeah, and we're going to send this link in the chat so you can check your own score online. It's absolutely free. Super curious.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you so much for sharing this tool. Have never heard about it, and it's super interesting. Now I need to check my score. But let's get back to our talk. And we unfortunately have like 10 minutes to share, probably 15 if you have time. So let's talk about build relationship, engage with your network. We already covered this topic, or not yet?
I guess so. I just wanted to say that it's hard to start it, but usually it's easier to start with some small steps. The smallest step to build relationship and engage with your network is for sure answering comments, and to when you're adding someone in your to your network, don't add without message, add with message. So it's some small piece of information like, hello, I'm extending my network, I'm of a professionals in a healthcare field, and it's great to get to know you more, so something like that. Statistics say that your request will be confirmed, confirmation of request will be higher if you send some message, and then you can make some compliments. You can endorse some skills of persons that you even don't know. It's totally fine. For LinkedIn, like their posts, it's also an engagement. So start with the small steps, and also make a rule to write one LinkedIn post once in 2 weeks, or in a week, or to share some small piece of information. And it's if you will share even one post in 2 weeks, you will have like 24 posts in the end of the year, and that's going to be outstanding from most of the LinkedIn profiles.
Well, sometimes I'm overwhelmed by the amount of post I'm sharing and reposting. And what's the limit? How much it's normal to share during the day?
Reuse your content, Kate. So I think that we should be like eco-friendly with the environment, and also eco-friendly with the content. So we shouldn't put the content into a trash. Like if you use something in Instagram, put it on LinkedIn, I don't know, or maybe use it somehow, maybe a bit different, but the same piece of information could be shared. If it's somehow connected to your professional activity, that's totally fine.
Is it okay to share some personal stuff, like some photos?
I would say that if you want to be advanced in writing your posts, it's better to have some kind of a content strategy, and it will be easier for you to understand what posts will you write. I will share some secret how to create it, maybe a bit further. I want, okay, I don't know if we will have time. So do you know something about ChatGPT?
Of course, they're using it constantly.
Yeah, so it is a great writer of content strategy for beginners. And if you will ask it to create a content strategy for a LinkedIn profile, author is marketer in healthcare like mobile apps, and the aim is to find a perfect job, for example, or to improve your personal brand, to show you as a professional. 2 posts a week, for example. Like this is just a quick example, and it will give you some kind of content as an inspiration, and sometimes it generates great topics that didn't come to my mind before, and sometimes you can post a piece of your personal life. I don't know, your pet or your hiking experience, but basically, and the biggest part of your content should be professional. And you should understand, it's like working with a selling steps. Yeah, you need to like sell to your audience your product, yeah, your services, and you need to explain what services can be, why are you the best, why they should hire you, yeah, and do it all the time with your content, like yeah.
Yeah, and I know that internationals, they're struggling what to put in the section about. So it's also very useful to ask ChatGPT, hey, could you please write a section about for my LinkedIn profile? This is my experience. And this chat generates super nice bio. I already tried. I didn't post it yet, but it looks really nice. So if you're struggling with what to write in the section about, try ChatGPT.
Yeah, yeah. But I think that it will be very great to modify it somehow, yeah, to make it more personal and to, but yeah, and also I love that I can mm, I can ask it to make a tone of voice, for example, more friendly tone of voice, or more formal tone of voice, and so it's also quite helpful.
Yeah, so just learn some tutorials how to write a great task for ChatGPT, and it will help you
Yeah,
a lot.
yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the last topic, how to seek endorsement and recommendations, like why it's important for us to ask.
Yeah, thank you for this question. And as I said, we've talked about it. Yeah, we just as spiral, and we will get a little bit deeper in this topic. If you have this endorsement and if you have these recommendations, it proven that you aren't a bot, and it's quite popular now. There are a lot of fake accounts, and LinkedIn try to fight them. But so you shouldn't look like a bot at all, and activity recommendations, it helps a lot, and it increases the level of your, like, it gives you some bonuses to your soft skills. So if you are this person that can get recommendations from other people, from other professionals, that you're a great candidate. Seems like you're a great candidate. Why shouldn't we talk to you? And sometimes maybe it even helps to show recruiter that someone from their previous company, or some friends of them know you, and they can, I don't know, maybe ask for recommendations for you directly. And so you shouldn't and the also important information, don't be shy to ask for recommendations. I think that it's important to give before take. So it will be great if you write a recommendation before you ask for a recommendation back, and it's totally fine to, as I said, endorse skills of unknown people. It's just a weird but interesting rule of LinkedIn. It's very normal. Yeah, I think that we covered this topic, and I would love to answer any questions if I didn't describe.
Yeah, we have a couple of questions. And by the way, this is the following question: what should be in referrals?
What should be in referrals? Can you rewrite this question a bit, because I don't understand maybe what kind of referrals?
Yeah, from if I understand it correctly, what is better to put in referrals? Like probably something about the person, about the skills, about the work this person did, about achievements. What is better to?
I remembered a nice idea. If you asking for recommendations from your friends, from your close friends, or your teammates that you know for a long period of time, or some not that close people, you can send them the text that you prepared yourself with your
The draft.
recommendations. Yeah, so just save their time. People appreciate it, and it will be easy for them to copy paste this text and just to send them. Or the information in referral should be connected to your professional personality. To your skills, and it shouldn't be long. It just should exist. Let's say so that you're a great expert, that you're a reliable person, and that's it. So I would say that it's more important to have more recommendations than to have them as a book long length.
Yeah, and I need to share a small secret. Recently, I used ChatGPT to write some referrals for people, and the matter is just to put the task so detailed. Like, for example, act as a president of nonprofit organization, and you need to write a referral for a person. He did this job. Please highlight these skills and how it was nice, how nice job this person did, and you just create several drafts and you combine everything, and by the end you will have a really nice referral for a person.
Yeah,
So you'll
yeah. I
save
think
some
that it
time.
just maiden for creating recommendation and
What we
comments.
can say.
Yeah, yeah. So I
Okay,
agree.
so we have a couple of more questions. For example, what if I have only higher education I've got in Russian university? Should I put more other
I don't
education,
think.
like continuous studies
Uh,
or
uh,
something like that?
mhm. This is a tricky question, to be honest, because I'm from Belarus, from Minsk, and unfortunately, my country now is quite opposite to all other world, I can say, as a Russian Federation, and it has a very controversial politics, let's say so. And I understand that unfortunately, uh, some clients of mine or some employers can have some bias against Russian Federation or Belarus, for example. So I don't recommend to highlight this kind of universities a lot. And I don't think that you should clear it at all, but I don't think that it's a great promotion now to have it in your header, yeah, in your profile picture. I decided to hide my higher education of Belarusian State University because unfortunately I think that now it's not going to help me as I told when we're investigating and looking at Kate's picture, Kate's profile, and like 14 places of work, previous places of work. That's it went well. And sometimes it can be make a bad like but help. I don't know how to describe it more. Yeah, and if you have some other courses or continuous study, you can put it there. I don't think that you should clear it. You can leave it in the end of your profile, but maybe it's better not to have it in the header.
Got it.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you. So another
Okay.
question is, I know there are some limits for sending out requests on LinkedIn. Might blocked you. Could you tell us
Yeah,
about it?
yeah, that's definitely a problem. Thank you for this question. And accounts of my recruiters in my team, they were blocked several times, and that's very. Everyone was very nervous at that time because sometimes you don't even understand why did they block you, and they are very strict. So one account of my recruiter was blocked forever, and
Holy
that's
shit.
yeah, and that was awful because she had like almost 10,000 of connections and like professional connections with the audience she hiring as a professional, and she couldn't create new account because LinkedIn somehow knew that she used the same IP address, or we don't know how uh, was it happening, but finally she struggled to she struggled and she finally could create an account, and now she's very um, soft and gentle with LinkedIn, sending requests. So, what can help you in this case? Buy a professional LinkedIn account because
So
they
that's the
give
next
you.
question. Do I need to pay premium?
Yeah. You need to pay premium for this, and still you can't send 1,000 requests per day, but 100. Yes, you can, but your actions shouldn't look like a bot. So you shouldn't add a person every second. I don't know if you can. Don't use the skill of Flash, but yeah, LinkedIn is trying to fight with bots. There are a lot of different tools of automation, and sometimes people use it to abuse LinkedIn, so they're trying to fight it, and sometimes they even block people that didn't use any tool at all, but usually they block free LinkedIn accounts. Premium accounts doesn't go. At least you will receive some caution before, or some email that you're something wrong happening with your profile, with your page, and some unknown activity, and please stop it or we will block you. And then they can block you for a day, for a week, for a month, and or forever. Yeah.
Does
So
it make
be
sense?
careful.
Yeah, does it make sense to have a premium account if you're looking for a job? Like, how does it help you?
Yeah. It could help you when you totally understand when you created a nice LinkedIn profile. You know that there are a lot of recommendations, so people will like it, and you're starting adding people, starting adding new connections, extend your network. Uh, yeah, it will help to send more requests per day and to reach people. For example, if you want to reach some people that didn't add you, they have email messages, so you can reach these people without adding them to your network to message them. And you will have this premium icon on your profile, and it also will a bit help you to become higher on a search, on a LinkedIn search. Yeah, so it definitely helps, and I think that you should prepare everything for promotion from promoting your account, and then, for example, to try to take it for free for 1 month. They have this option, and then to buy it if you still need it, and not to buy it if you don't need it. And each year you will have this 3 month of a premium, so you could try it.
Thank you so much. I didn't know about this stuff. I have a question from my friend. I save it for later. She asked me about the tests and badges, like how important it is. Should I pass some classes, courses on LinkedIn and show it in your certification or licenses in LinkedIn? How important is to get tests and badges?
I would say it depends on your level of expertise. If you're a junior or you're new into some field, you should gain all the kind of activities that you have, that you can. And if you don't have an actual experience, yes, it's better to put different kind of courses, Coursera, and everything that you use to improve your skill without actual skill, for example. But if you're a senior expert, you could do it, but I don't think that is very important because LinkedIn courses, unfortunately, don't have this high reputation as an educational tool.
Okay, got it. And I think the last question for today, how to find volunteer organizations. It's a little bit off topic, but maybe you can share your experience.
Maybe I can give my microphone to you, and you will answer this question, because I think that you're more strong expert in this field.
Well, through the network, that's the first answer. But also here in the US, there's a lot of platforms where you can find professional volunteering opportunities, like Volunteer Match and Taproot, LinkedIn also, very helpful resource, but mostly through the network. That's really helpful to just ask in the chats, in group, on Facebook, friends, just, hey, what do you have for me? I'm passionate about this in this field. So definitely.
And yeah, and thank you. And I as a LinkedIn, I think that I have some kind of a LinkedIn deformation, professional deformation, and I always investigate everything through LinkedIn if it connected somehow to business or professional stuff. So if you don't have this kind of network, you always can create it through LinkedIn. So you can search people that has this have this volunteering experience near you, and you can click on the organization they're connected to. And that are posted on their profiles, and try to reach out to them, try to write to some community managers, or each person that are close to you, or the closest one. You can write to everyone. It's the easiest way to message and to ask if there are any opportunity for you. What skills do you have to, and how can you be helpful for this organization? Yeah,
that's so true. And I think we already stayed too long for the live stream. And if you have more questions, please don't hesitate to ask them just below this video. We will try to answer them as soon as we can. And thank you so much, Helen, for joining us today, for sharing your knowledge, for sharing your expertise. And if people would like to ask more questions, could they reach you out on LinkedIn?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Kate, for your warm words. And I think that, yeah, please write me in direct messages. Sometimes I can answer with a long ping, but I will answer. I will try to answer all of them. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so
Thank
much.
you a lot. It was exciting.
I couldn't find that in your Apple Music one.
Yeah, and Siri also confirms that.
Yeah, and also please don't hesitate to reach out to us on our social media, and we'll have more talks like this on a regular basis. So please don't forget to subscribe, to push like buttons, to give us thumbs up. And we will really appreciate if you will share this live stream with your friends, with your audience. So thank you so much for being with us tonight, and see you soon. Bye-bye.
See you.